Welcome back to another episode of the Centennial Conference Corner. My name is Amber Thomas, and today I am joined by Dickinson cross country and track and field alum, Elaina Clancy. How are you doing today, Elaina?
I'm doing great. How are you today, Amber?
Good. What have you been up to since graduation?
So in May, I commissioned as a second lieutenant in the United States Army. And in June, I entered active duty. So essentially, I started working. And first, for the months of June and July, I was working at a training camp in Kentucky. That was about an hour outside of Louisville at Fort Knox. And then from there, I came to where I am now, Basic Officer Leaders Course, which is located in Columbia, South Carolina. And then I actually graduate from this course tomorrow, and I'm going to be headed to Tulsa, Oklahoma, where I'm going to start working with a recruiting unit.
It's like you kind of hit the ground running. You've been a busy young lady.
Oh, absolutely. And I have been running too. I will add that.
Keeping up post-graduation. I like that. So we have to celebrate you in the fact that you are a top 30 honoree for the NCAA Woman of the Year award. The award recognizes female student athletes who have completed their undergraduate studies and have distinguished themselves in their community, in their athletics, and in their academics throughout their college careers. So congratulations to you.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Amber.
Yeah, so this year there were 500 school nominees, which dwindled down to 156 conference nominees, and now we're at the top 30. How did you feel when you found out that you not only were one of our conference nominees, but made it to the top 30?
I was absolutely shocked and honored and amazed all at the same time. I'm sure that you've done all of your research and kind of looked through the history of the Women of the Year, and just kind of the nominees in the past and present are some of the most amazing women who are continuing to make such an impact on their communities, not only through their brilliance, but also through their character and their dedication to advancing their own career field. So it was quite humbling, I will say.
I'm gonna have to brag on you because I feel like you're not bragging enough and putting yourself in that category. So not only were you a two-sport athlete, but an All-American and off the track and course, these list all 4 years, battalion commander in the ROTC, the highest ranking cadet, a member of the Dickinson Student Senate, class president, countless volunteer and community service events that you help create and run. So you have done all of the things. I have to know, one, how did you have enough hours in the day? And two, what advice would you give to someone who still may be figuring it out as a student athlete and being pulled in the different directions? Because it seems like as a student athlete, you were able to have it all.
Well, first of all, thank you. That was such a lovely introduction. So I would say two things. Number one, be passionate about what you do, because then just automatically you're going to end up doing it well and doing it with all your energy. And number two, building a supportive community, I think, was really integral. All of the organizations and things that I did, I felt like I had such an incredible connection to the people that I was working with. And I derived a large amount of joy just from doing the work that we were doing. And some examples of that were with the Harris Society. That was a female athlete society that I was a part of. We did a lot of work with building mentorship programs for female athletes. And that was something that I'm passionate about and that I thought was really cool to sort of network with a bunch of really amazing, strong women. And similarly with ROTC, it was always such a wonderful community, and we were always working hard at something, learning a lot and having fun. And also, like, running with my team was incredible. It was just kind of like you go for a run or a workout, you're just like hanging out with your friends, hearing about their day. And working hard, but having fun in the process.
Touched on it a little bit when you talked about people who have helped you along the way. When you look back at your career at Dickinson, who are some influential people that helped you throughout your journey?
Oh my gosh. So I have so many. So just prepare yourself for a very long list because let me tell you, no one does it alone, especially not me. I did it with the support of a literal village. So first, I would say Coach Nectar. Don Nectar has been with Dickinson for over 35 years at this point. And his knowledge, expertise, passion, and just genuine like love for the sport is so evident. He was always, he would wake up at 6 a.m. if I had some sort of conflict where I wouldn't be able to be at practice for the workout. He'd wake up at 6 a.m. and he'd just show up to the track or wherever and hang out with me while I did the workout. And then I would also say my entire team. I was also fortunate to have my teammate Isabel Cardi. She was a 5-time All-American. So, I mean, I was blown away by her and also her humility, and just she is one of the many reasons why I got fast. And then I would also say just like the entire team. So I had some alumni that were incredibly influential on me. Tessa Cassidy and Lucille and Candace Ionescu were upperclassmen when I was younger that kind of took me under their wing. And then I had some friends on the track team. One of my best friends, Emmerly, who was always cheering me on no matter what. And there was another girl, Amna, who is one of the top ranked squash players in the world. And being able to meet her through Dickinson was incredible. And then even just my senior year, kind of, all the seniors were tired, were, a little worn down. And we had some freshmen come onto our team that just brought such an incredible energy. Myra and Maddie, they were phenomenal because it was just so refreshing to see the next generation of Dickinson runners. So that's from my team. But then I also had professors that would meet with not just me, but all of their students whenever, just to kind of for additional assistance. So my economics professors, Professor Tynan and Professor Ding, Professor Hurd and Professor Middall were all professors that I felt really went above and beyond. They didn't need to hold office hours at the crazy hours that they did or, go out of their way, but they did. And then I also had people within my ROTC battalion. We had Lieutenant Colonel Krupski, Master Sergeant Seth Long, and Sergeant Rivard, who were all incredible, just like leaders as a whole that inspired me in different ways. And then, of course, finally, last but not least, my parents and my sister and younger siblings were all such an incredible support system for me throughout college. And especially, it's so funny, my dad would take all the courses, and the engineering brain that he was, he would he created a formula where he would predict what time I was going to run on every course based on the elevation changes and whatever fancy formula he derived. It was just so funny and so wonderful.
Everyone in different buckets, because it's so true what you said. Like, it usually doesn't take one person. It definitely takes a village to help you along those 4 years. So we're celebrating our 30th anniversary of the Centennial Conference. And as a Centennial alum, what would you say makes the Centennial Conference special? # why Centennial?
So many things. I love the Centennial Conference. So the biggest thing for me is the Centennial Conference schools especially are really dedicated to scholarship and being more than just a student athlete. So I think that in many other conferences, many other schools, like doing many things and kind of being able to develop your talents in many aspects of your life or like disciplines wouldn't be possible. But within the Centennial Conference schools, especially Dickinson, I found that everyone from my professors to my coaches to my ROTC battalion cadre, they were all very flexible and adaptable and just wanted each of us to grow as people, as athletes, and as students in every single way possible. So the flexibility was incredible.
We still have to get to know you a little bit better. So we're going to do Amber's top 5, which are 5 questions that I just have to know. The first one is favorite post-race meal or snack?
So many. Oh my gosh. So I would say my go-to meal pre-race, post-race, whenever. I love salmon with roasted veggies and rice. Salmon is like my favorite. Or just like snacks in general. I would say anything, nuts, seeds, fruit.
Okay, the second one. Who is your shero? A woman you admire or look up to?
That's going to be Simone Biles.
Is a good one. Favorite TV series?
New Girl. Oh yeah.
Age too. Favorite fall activity? Because as I look outside, I see all the fall leaves. Apple picking videos have officially hit the timelines. What's your favorite?
So I have to give you a couple because I have so many. Apple picking is definitely at the top. Just kind of walking around, maybe snagging an apple and taking a bite because you got to try all the varieties. And then the second, I guess, other ones would be I love like a good hard hill climb on my road bike, just kind of like around all the beautiful fall foliage, or like a long run, kind of just to explore and experience nature.
Favorite Centennial memory?
I would say conferences every single year. Especially for cross country, it's like right around that Halloween time. So sometimes people are like dressing up and cheering people on. And I just think it's such a fun, amazing time for the team.
Elaina, I know you're super busy, so we appreciate you hopping on and joining us.
Thank you, Amber. It's been so much fun. And I really appreciate all the work that you do for the Centennial Conference.
You can catch a new episode of the Centennial Conference Corner on our website, centennial.org, or on our social medias at Centennial Conf. And until next time, we'll see you later. Bye.